Um, I am new to TarotTube. I started reading tarot a couple years ago as a point of self-reflection and self-improvement, and I've really just come to just love tarot. It's a big hobby. It's become a big hobby of mine. I should say. I consume so much tarot content, so much, and I absolutely love all of it. But I finally just decided that I wanted to start participating, and so I figured I could come on here and do a couple of walkthroughs of the decks that I have. This first one here is the Dragon Tarot. This poor box is all beat up. I'm not sure how old this thing is. Most of my decks are actually like secondhand. I've only bought like 1 or 2 decks for myself that have been brand new. And I know my husband has bought several decks for me, and he has only ever bought them brand new, as far as I know. And there's one here. I cannot wait for it to get here. But it was my anniversary present, because our anniversary was in October, and it's the Tarot Volatile, and I cannot wait for it to get here. It's probably not going to get here until right around Christmas or so. But I cannot wait. I am so excited for it to get here, and I have a feeling I will be using that deck for a long time. Like, consistently only using that deck for a long time. Currently, I like to kind of flip around and go back and forth, because I got several new decks here recently, but I have a feeling that once it gets here, that's the only one I'm going to be using for a little bit. But this first one I got from a used bookstore. And like I said, the box is all beat up, but the cards are not. So I was very excited about that when I pulled it out. Here's the first couple little cards that go with it. And then it has a guidebook as well. And like, the guidebook is not like super detailed. Like, it is a little bit with the major arcana, but the minor arcana it is not. We'll get in with our first little flip through. Let me have that back. This is the backs. And the cards themselves are just, they feel so nice. And I don't know, like, I don't understand the differences between the different types of cards that you come across. But this one, it just feels so smooth. It shuffles beautifully for me. I am primarily like a side shuffler, and I only read jumpers like that. And I'll read cards that like stick out at odd angles when I do this. Like, there was one in here that did it, but it kind of slid back in. But ones that pop out like that, I read those. But I don't have very good success if I just like shuffle and then like cut the deck like other people do, and like that would be your card. I have tried doing that, and it just does not work for me. The readings are always funky when I try it. So just a little tidbit about me and how I read. But they feel so nice. I absolutely love it. Let's see if I can get both of these in. I'm really not sure if they are. No, we'll probably just have to do one at a time. My setup is a little weird. I just have like this little thing that's holding my phone up, so that so if you're shaking everywhere, I am sorry. But we'll get started. I really have enjoyed this deck. I've only had it maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks, I can't remember. But it's a beautiful little deck. I never would have thought that I would have been like a dragon deck kind of person, but since I got this one, I've really enjoyed it. And it has me looking at other dragon decks too. But the artwork is just so like so my vibe, like internally in my soul, like this is like my vibe. My colors, they're all kind of muted, it's moody, and like this Ace of Wands, like if I was to be a magician of any sort, like that's what my house would look like. It's beautiful and I love it. There is one card in here because like this is the second time I've done the flip through, so I've actually like went through this once before and I didn't like the way it looked, so I'm doing this again. But there's one card in here and it is almost always the death card for me, which that's like usually my favorite card in any tarot deck that I get. It's almost always the death card that is my favorite. But this one in here is so cool and I'm waiting for it to come up. But I really love this Lovers card. And I usually don't like the Lovers card, but this one is beautiful. And I really like that moon too. And I don't know if you can see this or not. I noticed this the first time that I did this flip through. There's like fish in this little moon right here. I'm like, they're like head to tail, kind of like yin and yang. And I imagine that's what like the imagery is supposed to be insinuating. But I just noticed it like 10 minutes ago. And I really thought that this Judgment was cool too, because this dragon is, there's like, is it a three-headed dragon or is it three different dragons? I can't tell. But like the three here reminded me of like the three fates. And so that was kind of the vibe that I was getting from this card, and I really enjoyed that. And then like I saw this earlier too when I did the first little trial run. I really like this card, but I wish this little label was up at the top, because down here at the bottom you can see these skeletons that are chained up, but this little thing here is covering it, and I really wish they would have put it up top so that you could actually see that. Magician's kind of cool too. And the same thing with this Hanging Dragon. Like you've got these little skeletons that are down here and they're covered up by this label. It's really very annoying, but it is what it is. In all the decks that I have, like this is some beef that I have, there's really not a whole lot of variation with this particular card. And I'm like, it's just something that I've started to notice. And I'm wondering if it happens with other cards and I just haven't like broke the glass yet. I haven't seen it. But this Three of Swords is almost always the same. There's almost always three swords that are going through a heart, and there's not a whole lot of variation on that the art concept for that card. And I find it odd. Ah, there it is. The death card. I absolutely love that death card. That is amazing. Out of all the cards in this deck that are my vibe, it's this one, hands down. And I guess that's why I probably like, primarily, like, that's usually my favorite card, is the death card. It is because of that. It's almost always like this type of style, you know. It's just death and rebirth, and that's always been my vibe. Dreaded tower. Let's keep moving from that one. I don't like to linger too much with the tower. That star is pretty. Me and the tower, like, always have beef. We really do. Anytime I ever get the tower, I'm like, nope, we're putting that back, and I will do my best to ignore it. I've had it drawn a couple times, and it's never good when it shows up. It is never good for me when that card shows up. The next one that I have is this Ethereal Visions. This one I got off of Pango Books. It's beautiful. It's like a no bullshit kind of deck. Like, I've used it for a few readings and I really enjoyed it, but it does not play around with what it's trying to tell me. It's very straightforward. It shuffles well. It feels nice. I'm not the biggest fan of these backs, and I'm not sure why. I guess because I really just can't figure out what this is supposed to be. If it's supposed to be anything, it just, my brain, it's not clicking in my brain. Like, this doesn't make sense to me. But the flower, not the flowers, but the leaves here are beautiful. I love that. And, like, this is pretty. I just don't understand it. There's that Three of Swords. Oh, wait, I forgot to... Let's try and shuffle these. Okay. And these shuffle pretty good. And I can't remember if I said it in this video or not, but, like, I cannot, like, bridge. Like, when you bend the cards back like this, I can't bridge cards together at all to save my life. My mom tried to teach me when I was young because we played a lot of card games growing up. And then my husband tried to teach me when we got together. And, like, I could barely even do this. Like, I have so much trouble. So 90% of the time when I read, I am a side shuffler. And sorry if that's repetitive. I'm actually in here. I really love that Wheel of Fortune. That Wheel of Fortune is beautiful. And the Queen of Cups there. She looks pretty cool. Like, she's probably one of my favorite Queen of Cups. I feel like I could tell her all my secrets, and then she would give me, like, the best advice. And I love the gold foiling. I think it's called foiling. The gold foiling that are on these are beautiful. And that Temperance card. She's probably one of my favorite Temperance cards. She's beautiful. In the world. This is one of the bonus cards. And the Devil. He just looks kind of grumpy. I like this Empress too. I love this blue. Like that blue is beautiful. Ugh, the tower. Me and the tower always have beef, like I was saying. Like, we do not get along. Like, I want to be one of those people that's like, you know, all the towers aren't that bad. Like, it's usually just some big upheavals, you know, shit that you gotta go through. But that is not the case for the tower for me. It never is. And, like, when the tower shows up for me, I'm literally just waiting for the ball to drop because some serious shit's about to happen, and I'm like, I cannot handle it. I can, but like, I'm gonna be dramatic about it. This is the other one, the other additional card for this deck, the artist. I really like this Two of Swords. I think this deck has, like, hands down, currently, now I have a feeling, like, when the Tarot Volatile gets here, because I actually looked at all the cards online, because you can do that with them. On their website, they have all the different images of their cards, and you can actually link to them, and you have, like, the guidebook online, which is absolutely fantastic. Like, because that deck is so expensive. And if you don't have, like, the ability to buy, I guess, the deck and the guidebook, I really don't know if they sell it together or if they intentionally sell them, like, separately, or if they sell, like, you know, this kind of version, hold on, this kind of version of the guidebook, like, in the card deck itself, or if it even comes with one, because I know sometimes it's not the case. And I know you can buy, like, a paperback copy of it, and I think at one point they had a hardback version of the guidebook for the Tarot Volatile, but I don't think they have that in stock anymore. I'm really not sure. My husband bought me the collector's edition, so I believe it'll have, like, everything I need in it. But it's kind of cool because on the website you can go to each individual card and you have your guidebook, like, online, and it's accessible, which is, to me, that's, like, fantastic. You know, those creators love, like, what they do and their customers for doing that. And I have a feeling, like, once they get here, like, that death card is going to be my absolute all-time favorite, because I've seen pictures of it online, and it's still, like, it's probably still my favorite. But this one that's in here, the death card, it's gonna be coming up soon, but the death card that is in here is probably, prior to, you know, that coming in, this one is probably, like, my absolute favorite that's in this in the decks that I have, is this death card. And I love this Hermit. This Hermit is beautiful. See, like, the Three of Swords, like, there's barely any difference between this Three of Swords and the Dragon Tarot Three of Swords. Like, literally the only difference is the dragon, and obviously the colors, but, like, it's the heart and the Three of Swords that are going through it. And, like, I really wish there was, like, a wider variation on the art for the Three of Swords. I like this King of Cups too. Like, he looks like he's a pretty chill dude. and this justice, specifically for this owl here. This owl is absolutely beautiful. And I just noticed it's one-legged. It's a one-legged owl. Why is it a one-legged owl? Huh. That's interesting. Is the death card literally going to be like my last card? I bet you it is. It is. There it is. Oh, I love this card. It is so beautiful. Alright. So that is the Ethereal Visions Tarot. I can't remember if I said it or not, but I got this off of Pango Books. Like, I'm probably just like gonna rant and babble. Honestly, I don't really have a whole lot of things that are cohesive when I speak, but it is what it is. Oh, here we go. So the next one here is the cute Chibi Tarot. So like I said, this is like the second time I've tried to make this video, and so I have actually walked through this, but when I did this like 10 minutes ago, it's the first time that I've actually like went through all the decks in this card, or all the decks in this card, all the cards in this deck. And it's cute, but I really don't know if it's my vibe. Like, I got this secondhand along with when I got the Dragon Tarot. And that's a pretty little guidebook. I love a full color guidebook. Like, you really just cannot go wrong with a full color guidebook, in my personal opinion. And I find this part really weird. When I did this earlier, like, there's all the cards except for this one down here. And this like, it pulls out. Instead of just having, like, the ribbon just glued to the bottom. I don't know. It's just a little difficult. But anyway. So this is the back. They shuffle okay. I think they're a little bit more conducive to shuffling like this. If you have the hand strength to do so. These cards, I don't, like I said, they're used. I bought them secondhand, but I don't think that they were used a lot because they're still very stiff. Like, they haven't been really worn in yet. And so when I do this, like, I'm having to use like all my strength to get those to bend just a little bit for me. But I do think it does pretty well for that kind of shuffling. And I'm sorry, like I said, I cannot bridge to save my life. Let's see, make sure I'm in the thing here. There we go, okay. That looks like those, like, oh, what are they called? They're like popsticks or something. They're like coated like straws that you put in milk. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? That's what that looks like to me. And like I was saying, like with the last video, I really like the deck. It's like super cute, and I feel like it'd actually be like a really good deck for like kids or something. But I have such a hard time connecting to this at all, and I don't think it's like I think it's just because like I haven't been reading for like super long. I've only been, you know, learning the tarot over the last couple of years. I think it's been like 4 years, but I have a harder time with decks that are a little bit more minimalist. I just find them more difficult to read, and I guess that's just because I don't have more clues like within the artwork itself to kind of lead me along. And so I'm really not sure like how much I'll be using this one. But I saw it and I thought it was super cute, and so I wanted it, but then I actually got into it and I'm like, oh, I don't know if this is gonna work or not. I like her. She's pretty. Ooh, she is too. I like her. And I like how they use coffee cups for the cups suit. Ugh, the shower. Go away. Like I said, me and the tower have got some serious beef. Anytime I see that card, I'm like, nope, nope, okay, keep moving. Like, give me any other card. Any other card in this freaking deck, and I can handle it. I used to kind of be that way with the Three of Swords too, but I'm not so much anymore. Because I get that, like, with the Three of Swords now, like, it's, yeah, it might be heartbreak, but it's also, like, a point of, like, mental growth that you need to go through, and, like, I can appreciate that. The Tower is just, like, screw everybody, everything's going to burn, and we're gonna start over. And it's just utter chaos, and sometimes, like, I've got enough chaos in my life, I don't need more. Does he have a dog here? He looks like he has a dog here. Okay. And I guess she's got like fox ears or something. Okay. I had not noticed that until now. Yep, okay. And that's the cute Chibi Tarot. Like I said, I'm really not sure if this is going to be like a permanent deck of my collection. We'll just have to kind of work with it here and there and see how it's gonna go.